My dearest Scorpios, last but certainly not least in the tarot world, today it's been a busy afternoon. It feels so good to be back in the flow of things again. Let's get right down to it. This week I've decided to focus on love, and who knows, I'll probably just keep doing it from here on in because it seems to be the thing that I love reading the most. Today we're going to do how do they feel about you and this connection? How do you feel? Where is it going? Basically, where the energy flows, that's where we go. So first card out is the Six of Pentacles. I want to make this the overarching theme of your reading, the Six of Pentacles. The second card out is their feelings for you. How do they see you though? How do they perceive you? How do they make sense of you in their world? You're like, ooh, they think you're pretty intense. You've got a lot going on. That's a lot of, oh, let's just say goodbye to that stick. Moving on over. I really need to get a different setup for this, Scorpio, let me tell you. One thing at a time though. I'm just so excited to get reading again. I'm just gonna make it work. Anyways, we'll get to those cards in a minute. What action do they want to take towards you, my Scorpios? What action do they want to take towards you? Think of a person. Who is your person? Ooh, the star energy, gorgeous. Love that. How do you feel about them, Scorpio? How do you feel about them? If it doesn't resonate, this reading's probably not for you then. How are you feeling about them? It's so funny. I just did Leo and they're the same way. Like the cards were not coming out. What is it with you guys? You got some Leo in your chart too? It's like you're wanting to keep a lid on how you're feeling about them, or potentially some of you aren't too sure yet. Maybe this is actually fairly new. I'm sorry. I'm not taking all of those cards. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think you're feeling a lot of things right now. Please, how do you feel about them, Scorpio? How do you feel about your person right now? That's what we needed, the right now part. Holy night, that's huge. The Empress there. Okay. What's the potential future of this week? What do you guys have coming towards you this week here? What's going to be in your guys' orbit for this week? Oh, mercy. I hope the lighting's okay on there, Scorpio. Oh. King of Cups. Love. Page of Swords on the bottom. So, I feel like both of you feel this is like a super balanced connection. There's a real reciprocity here of like give and take. Which is like a beautiful energy because it's not like one person's giving more than the other. This is actually, to me, a really rare find these days to kind of have this synergy amongst two people. This tells me here, the Six of Pentacles, that you're two very different people and you bring very different things to the table or to the relationship, but it works so well. It really just jives. I've never noticed this before, but there's almost like this pathway here that speaks to me about going the distance. Like this is something, a connection that could really go the distance. And then look, I never noticed like the infinity symbol there either before. So again, there's like this flow of energy that's just effortless. It's really beautiful. And I think this kind of summarizes your relationship. As far as how their feelings for you, I feel like your person, it feels like you have like a telepathic connection. There's a real tightness there where, again, it feels effortless in that you can just read each other's mind. And I don't mean quite literally, but I just think there's a flow there where, you know, in those moments maybe where the two of you don't speak, where you're just kind of, you know, in each other's energy, there's this understanding there with a lot of stuff. I think this is a fairly new relationship. Like I'm kind of getting maybe the first month or two, but there's a lot of passion here. So I think this person is left feeling really hopeful about you and thinking like, you know, this is good, and really kind of sitting in that and really enjoying it. How do they see you? Um, I think they see you as someone who lives quite a busy life. Like you're kind of always on the go. You're really good at seeing two sides of a situation. I think that's something that really stands out to them as well. But I think sometimes the ability to do that gets you kind of hung up in your head and kind of burns you out a little bit, and can cause some undue stress, which they feel you kind of create on your own. Like, you know, I can hear them kind of saying, like, just slow down, like, just turn off your head. Lots and lots of thinking going on here for you, Scorpio. And I'm not saying like create drama or anything like that, but it's just your ability to see two sides of the same coin. The pace of your life sometimes burns you out, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. With the Knight of Pentacles here and the Lovers, it's interesting because it's kind of a contradiction to the energy that I'm seeing here. It feels like when it comes to you and them, you almost slow down and you do take it in, and you do, like, you're very present. It's very grounded. I see them acknowledging that there might be times where you might be analyzing this relationship a little bit too much, or that you might be forcefully slowing it down. So I don't know if this is something that you've learned to do through the years so that you don't get burned or people don't get hurt, but it's almost like I can feel you putting on the brakes when it comes to this relationship because you don't want it to kind of go south. But this takes a concerted effort for you. Like, it's a lot of work for you to do this, but I think it just means too that you see that they value the connection, you know, that you value the connection enough that you don't want to screw it up, sort of thing. What action do they want to take towards you? The Star. I want to clarify that. I'm going to use the same deck. Honestly, like, I get this feeling you're like a wish come true, and they want to harness that they don't want it to disappear. I think this person fears that this is so good, and like sometimes you do get up in your head enough that they don't want to lose it, and they want to anchor it. They kind of want to pull it down. So they want to hang on to you because you're a catch, and they know that. I think this is so beautiful. This is one of my favorite star cards. Yeah, like Ace of Cups and the Hierophant here. Like, this is new love right now. It's in those beginning stages, but they can see this going the distance with you. And so I think they really, again, want to lock you down and just hang on to you because you're a good thing. And that's not to be like freaky, like, oh, they're clingy and stuff like that. But just to say that they know a good thing when they see it, and they're not going to take advantage of that. Seven of Swords, there's trust in this relationship. This person's willing to put in the work for it to go the distance. They understand you. They understand the thinking side of you, the logical side of you, for sure. There's something about you that feels so very familiar to them, and they really like sinking into that feeling. How do you feel about them? Equally the same, you know, when we talk about locking it down and acknowledging that this is the beginning of the relationship, but seeing this go the distance, for sure. I think that when you think about this person, you think about having a family with them. You kind of think about how, you know, you've maybe dated a lot of frogs, guys or girls, right? And that you finally met someone who's like everything, that you've kind of not been waiting for, but, you know, if you took all the good qualities out of the people that you've dated and put them all into one person, it would be this person. Yeah, you've learned from past experiences. This was hard work, right? This is hard work. You've kind of surrendered to this through tower moments and really taking time to think and reflect. It's almost like I found this person. I thought the energy of these two cards is so very similar to me, because to me, this is two people who know what they have. the potential of where this could go, and they're not about to screw it up, right? So again, very present in the moment that this is still new and stuff, but absolutely seeing the future of this connection. As far as this week goes, what do you guys have to look forward to? Yeah, that's so cute. I think one of you had thought that, you know, again, too good to be true when pigs fly sort of thing, but here you two are. This week brings, you know, I think there's going to be some expression of feelings. I think someone, if not both of you, are going to speak more about how this relationship makes you feel, and maybe talk about taking a trip together, or just talking very slowly about little things that the two of you might do in the future. So, you know, kind of going from that, you know, hey, do you want to hang out this week or whatever, to, you know, discussion of like, oh, like I've always wanted to go France. Wouldn't that be cool to go to France? Be like, yeah, I like traveling. Yeah, exactly. It's going to be this moment like of surrender where the two of you kind of loosen the grip a little bit, and you're a little bit more vulnerable with each other this week. And you're just kind of like, let's go with it. Let's go with the flow. Again, nothing unbridled. But certainly there's a degree of things progressing this week, and feelings being known. If you, if by the end of this week, it's not clear to you where you stand in this relationship, this is not your reading. Like, right, if you want to come back to it, by the end of this week, I would suggest that you know full well how this person feels about you. And again, it doesn't mean like they're spilling everything and, you know, professing an undying love and marriage and that sort of thing, but the two of you at this point should have a very good understanding of how special you feel together, and how good it feels to be in this relationship. Because I'm keep getting drawn back up to the Six of Pentacles, and Pentacles, sorry, and it just feels effortless. I think that's the other thing. You'll know this is the right person if it feels effortless, if it feels like there's equal give and take, if it feels like you can see this person's kind of shadow side, but understand it and know that it comes from a well-meaning, like a good place, right? I think, you know, if you can see a future with this person, but you're still grounded very much in the present, and waiting and patient for it to unfold, and kind of willing to, you know, slowly give yourself over and be progressively more vulnerable with this person, this is your reading, okay? I'm going to leave it there, Virgo. No sense in repeating myself. I think that summarizes it nicely. Have a fantastic week. Talk to you later.